Hi, this is Gina Antrim from Basque AEC, and today we're going to do a video on how to download Empower to your PC computer. So I'm just gonna in Google right now, and this is the easiest way instead of trying to navigate the website. So I'm just going to put Empower Emulator download from PRC, and I see that it comes up here from PRC. I've got the Empower Emulator. I'm going to click on that. All right, and then once I'm at the website, there's two things to know. One is on the right side of your screen, there's going to be this activation key. Don't slip that by because you're going to need that once we actually download Empower. So you're just going to enter in your name and your email address. You can sign up for their newsletter if you want to get tips from them. And then they'll send me an activation key. And then I scroll down here on the left side and I can check the box that I'm going to agree to the end user license agreement. And then I'm going to click on downloading the emulator. And then up in your browser on the right side, you're going to see where it's going to start to download. And once it downloads, we'll continue here. Okay, so once your download is complete, you are just going to click on that download. All right, it's going to ask you if you want to allow that app to make changes to your computer, and you're going to select yes. All right, and we want it to create a desktop shortcut. And so now we're just going to install it. And you'll just wait until the bar gets all the way done. All right, so once your download is complete, this window will pop up letting you know that you can go ahead and launch Empower. Oops. And it will automatically start on your computer. And then this is where it's going to pop up and it's going to ask you for that key that it sent you by email. So I'm just going to pull up my email. You unfortunately cannot copy and paste from my experience with this so far. I'm downloading it on a few computers. And it's a hefty one. So you'll want to have a secondary source that you can look at to enter your key. And each key will be different. It's not going to be the same. Right. Once you're finished with your key, you'll just push finished and activate. You're going to agree to the Enlicer user agreement and give them permission to kind of monitor systems and whatnot. You'll create a username. So I'm just going to put my first name here. And then you're going to have an option of what you want to pull up. This can change at any time. It's just initially what you're pulling up. So you primarily probably you're either going to be pulling up LAMP or we're going to pull up Unity vocabulary. Right now, I'm actually going to pull up a Unity vocabulary. I'm going to select Unity 45.1 hit and then get started. And that'll just be the first vocabulary that pulls up. Now, if you have a student who's on an accent device and is using the Empower, which is the only software they come out with anymore, than putting out devices with new voice software. But it's going to act exactly like the device would. So all of the systems going into the toolbox and everything is going to be exactly the same. So here for my vocabulary, this is where I can go back and I can choose to select if I want to switch between a couple of different vocabularies. It's pretty easy to do. You have your left tabs over here, which give you your main areas that you can go in and modify things. And then if you click on menu again, if you want to get back to your desktop, although I always have my bar available at the bottom as well, you could do a vocab builder where you're able to modify and limit the vocabulary to increase success or to use it as a teaching tool. If you're working on a certain concept, you can do that, and it has different tabs up here that you can work through. If I was wanting to edit a button, I clicked on my edit up here in the top left, and then if I would click on a button here, it's not going to do anything. I'm just able to navigate through the vocabulary in order to actually edit something. So I'm going to go into categories and say I wanted to add a toy here. I would have to actually hit the edit button. There's also swap where I could swap buttons. I can resize buttons. I can copy and paste the button. If I'm making a new page and I want to like copy it, go back button instead of having to program it all over again, I have that ability too. But once I hit edit, then I can actually get in and edit it. And again, it's just like the device. All right. One other key feature that you need to be aware of is that if you've had new voice pass software in the past, you are able to write with icons. This emulator will not allow you to do that. So it will act just like the device, so that you can provide aided language input, you can modify a vocabulary and be able to easily transfer it onto a student's device and everything, but you will not be able to right with icons. You can still use the snippet tool from Windows if you're having a PC computer. And so if I would push on my keyboard, the Windows Shift S, that's my shortcut to my snipping tool. And then I can snip symbols and then use them for materials if I need to from there as well. All right, that's your Empower download. Hope you have a good, successful download. Thanks for joining us.